G'day guys, Kai Cruiserman here with another little Olight review. This time it is the Olight Array 2S. Now this is a tiny little light. I do have large hands, but this is a tiny torch. Barely weighs anything. Single headband, battery pack on the back. The size of that, to me that looks like it's an 18650. It is rechargeable like most Olights with a USB-C cable. That is doing away with the magnetic tail switches that we have on many of the other Olight torches. But look, USB-Cs are becoming very common. I'm sure most people have them. And also that this Array 2S comes with its own cable as well. So as long as you have a USB port, you'll be able to charge it up. It's quite a clever little torch. The back of it has a battery indicator, I believe, but also it's just a flashing red light that is going to, I guess, increase the safety if you're a bike rider, a jogger, runner, hiker. If you're just doing any hazardous activity where having some sort of light behind your head is going to be useful. And it looks like it's gone straight onto its 1000 lumen mode. So these trees here, these are around 50-60 meters away. They're phenomenally bright. This torch just doesn't weigh anything at all, and it just punches out the light. You can see there's a few bugs that are a bit interested in the light. Mode wise, it goes back to flood. Flood has 3 settings. So this is just the floodlight. 2 clicks at the button at the top goes to flood and spot, and then low, medium and high. Realistically, I use the bright lights more than anything else. So again, I've just done this 1000 lumen mode. Double click again, goes to a red light. This is the first time that I'm aware of Olight doing a red light in a torch. I've been waiting a long time for one. Basically, red lights, better eye fatigue, or eye relief at night. If you're identifying animals, particularly wildlife, Australian native animals, all of our marsupials, a red light is going to be far less invasive. Now switching between the modes with the button, they do cycle through the modes quite quickly. It does take a little bit to get used to it. This torch also has the ability that it has gesture control. So you can, maybe if I double click again, and go back to a white light, you can wave your hand in front of this torch and it changes the brightness, which is a little bit hard to demonstrate one-handed. I think that feature is more if you're in a really cold climate, you've got a lot of gloves on and you aren't able to feel this button very well. And I'll also point out that this button is on the right-hand side of the torch, so that's fine for right-handed people, but for left-handed people, it might be a little bit more awkward to push this button. And there's actually a fair amount of pressure required to activate this button. It's not as soft as some of our, even these massive Olight Javelots. There's very little pressure required to activate the switch, whereas the Array 2S, that switch is quite difficult. It's not quite difficult, you'll just get used to it, but it is a bit harder than I expected. The gesture control, realistically, I'm probably not going to use it. I'm just going to use the buttons and I'll get used to how the torch cycles through its modes. Quick little comparison, I guess I have my Olight Perrin 2. I use this torch absolutely all the time. I don't leave home without it. Who knows when you're going to need a bright light. Now I will just put this one on both flood and spot. And I'll put it up to its full brightness. So this is the Array 2S, looking up at these trees, 1000 lumens. I'll put that torch away and I will put the Olight Perrin 2 on turbo mode, And look, this is a brighter torch, phenomenal amount of light, but you're paying for the weight, and you know, if you're wearing a head torch all night long, that extra weight does start to get uncomfortable. Whereas this little tiny little Array 2S, it really does have a phenomenal amount of light. I'm actually genuinely really impressed with how bright it is. And I think if you're a trail runner, or you know, you run in the mornings, or if you need a red light, this is potentially going to be a torch that you're going to find really useful. I do a lot of camping, 4-wheel driving, and I can basically guarantee that this little Array 2S is just going to live in my car now. You know, if I see some wildlife that I'm interested in, if I see some pest animals that, you know, I want to, you know, investigate further with a red light, save me going, finding my box with my Javelots, with my red filters on it. I can just go straight to this torch, grab a red light, and approach that animal without disturbing it as much. I think it's pretty fantastic. Now this is a little Olight i5T EOS. It's a AA battery, everyday carry pocket torch with yeah, it's got a pocket clip. I'm going to give this away to one of the new subscribers to my very new YouTube channel. If I guess I'll draw it on the 30th of November, and I'll just pay for postage to wherever you live. I'll try and get in contact with you, and I'll just use a random number generator to work out who that person is going to be. But yeah, this is 300 lumens, runs for 2.5 hours on a single AA battery. AA batteries are cheap. You can get rechargeable lithium AA batteries as well, which make a torch like this very cost effective. I have used these before. They are, you know, they're quite a nice light. Good little spot and flood. So yeah, so if you subscribe to my channel, 30th of November, I'll draw out a winner, and I'll post this one out to you. So yeah, this is the standard black torch. As you can see, all of my torches are black. It suits me. Yeah, look, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And yeah, hopefully in the next couple of months I'll have a few more torch reviews and a few more product reviews out for some of the other equipment and tools that I use on a regular basis. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye.